There is a deceptively simple problem which has a surprising answer. For whatever reason, you buy 500 kilograms of cucumbers. And let's assume that cucumbers are 99% water. You leave them overnight and some water evaporates. Now you test them in the morning and some water is evaporated, so now they are, say, 98% water. What does the pile weigh now? It's really simple, it's just arithmetic, but pause the video here and commit yourself. Do the calculation. What does the pile weigh now? Pause it. All right. Now we apply the principles of problem solving. Let's try and draw a little sketch to help us along the way. There's your pile schematically. It weighs 500 kilograms. Evaporation takes place. And there is the reduced pile. What does it weigh? That's what we're trying to solve. So I hope that you have calculated this. Pause it again if you haven't. I just put the little scheme there. And introduce a suitable variable and try and solve. Pause it and see what you get. So here we are again. There's our pile, 500 kilograms. Evaporation takes place. There's our reduced pile. Let's call the unknown weight in the morning X. So X is the weight of the pile in the morning. It was 99% water when you bought it, and now it's 98% water. So we've made a little sketch which contains all of the information that we were given. Weighs 500, it's 99% water, evaporation takes place. We've called the weight in the morning X. That's the unknown that we are trying to find, and we know that it's 98% water. So this scheme is quite important when you're working on any problem. Unless it's absolutely simple, draw some sort of picture which will guide you. Now here we go. If it's 99% water, then it's 1% of hard stuff that doesn't evaporate. And in the morning, it's 98% water, and so it's 2% of hard stuff. And the crucial observation is that the hard stuff in the cucumber doesn't change. So the hard stuff was 1% of the total here. Evaporation takes place, and the hard stuff is now 2% of X. So let's write that down. When you buy it, the hard stuff is 1% of 500. And in the morning, it's 2%. 2% of X. Now, if we write that mathematically, 1%, 1 per 100 of 500 is 2% of the unknown weight in the morning. Solve for X, and you get 250. That's a little surprising, isn't it? It started with 500 kilos, 99% water. People argue vaguely that, look, it's only lost 1%, and they start taking 1% of 500 and they take that off and they get 495 and things like that. But actually, it's 250. And perhaps if you look at it another way, the hard stuff doesn't change. And the hard stuff was 1% of the total, and now it's 2% of the total. So its percentage of the total has doubled. So that means the total must have halved. That's how one of my students reasoned this very quickly. but it's much sounder mathematically to introduce a variable, make an equation in that variable, and then solve.